Welcome back to Dropout Trades, everybody. You know what day it is. It is Sunday, so that means we're going to be making our trading plan and trading setups for this week. Now, the three stocks that we're going to be going over this week is going to be Tesla, Nvdia, and the Spy. Try not to act too surprised because I know I do the same three every single week. Now, a lot of people always ask, why do you trade only Tesla, Nvdia, and Spy? So I don't trade only Tesla, Nvidia, and Spy, but most of the time, 90% of the time, I only trade these three because I've gotten to know them very well, gotten to know the behavior of them very well, and I think it's just much easier to trade this way if you're trading one or two, three different stocks instead of now trying to pick the next hot thing, always trying to find a different stock that's going up so much through the day or down throughout the day. With these stocks, I know the way they behave, I know the way they act, I know the way they move. I understand their patterns very good. I understand their option chain very good. So it's much easier to be more consistent like this. Anyways, let's get right into it. Let's start with SPY. All right, so as usual, we're going to start with the supports and then get into the resistance levels. So let's start with supports: 447s, 449s, 450s, 451.50s, 452s, 454s, 457.76, so 458s, and 459.50s. And if we can break through, 462 is the next resistance level. All right, now let's go into a lower time frame and try to make our trading plan. All right, SPY. So not too much on it, to be honest. This looked like a pretty decent support level, 455s. If it does come down to this level, I might watch it for calls, just for a little intraday scalp. If it does break through it, I most likely won't play it. I will most likely, actually, if it breaks this 454s, let's say if it breaks 453.80, I would play it to the downside, and I would most likely exit at 452s to 453s to be on the safe side. To the upside, we're looking to break around this area, 457.63. I would most likely enter at 458s, and I would just let it ride with a tight stop loss. If we can break this 459s, the next level is going to be 462. I think that's very possible this week. Not much opportunity on the SPY at the moment. Throughout the week, I'll make more videos getting more into it once we see how the market opens and how it's doing on Monday. And I think we'll have more of an idea for the SPY. All right, let's get into Tesla. So we obviously have a lot more opportunity on this one. Let's get into the support and resistance levels. Let's start with the supports. All right, 235s, 240s, 250s, 254s, 257s, 267s, 270s, 273s, 275s, 281s, 286, and 299. That's what we want to see break. All right, let's go into a lower time frame. Let's make our trading plan. All right, so as of right now, this is a pretty good support level, okay, the 254s. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 times, okay. 4 times it got rejected at this level. So I like this level. If it comes back down over here, you do have to be very careful because 5 times is a lot. But I would definitely play calls. If it does break it, I would definitely enter the puts. Once we break this 254.50, even 254, I would definitely play the puts. I would get out at around, let's see, that's a pretty good support level. So I'll get out around 250 and 50 cents, 251. If it broke this, I would ride it all the way down to the 241. So that means that I would most likely enter at 248.50s to 248s, and I would ride it all the way down to 242s just to be on the safe side. To the upside, this is what I'm more excited about though. I want to see it break this 267s to 268s. It made such a strong resistance level over here. Okay, as you can see, all of that all over here. Okay, it just does not want to pass it, and when it does pass it, it gets rejected. So once we break this, I will not play it. I will play it at 270s. That's where I would most likely enter. I would let it ride. I would let it ride all the way to as much as it gets, but I would keep my stop loss very tight after we pass this 272. I would keep it very tight up behind it, just in case it does get rejected over here again. What I would like to see, I would like to see it break this 273 and break this 275s. I believe once we break this 275s, we're in the clear to go all the way up to the 281s, 286s. I think that can happen in a day once we break this 275. Obviously, it depends on the market sentiment that day, how the market is doing, and how far in we're in that day. But if it's in the beginning of the day and we can break this 275, I believe we will see above 281, between 281 to 286. That's that for Tesla. I'll make update videos throughout the week on trades that I'm going to be taking and how this went. All right, Nvidia. Lowest support, 421s, 430s. This is a pretty strong support level. 440s, 454s, 457s, 463s, 470s, 474s, 475s, 478s, and 480s. All right, let's go into a lower time frame. Let's make our trading plan. All right, so Nvidia has been pretty predictable this week, for me at least. I've done a lot of good trades on it. What I would want to see is I would want to see it break this 470s. I would play all the way up to the 475s. I would most likely exit at 473.50 to 474s to be on the safe side. That's a $3.50 move. Pretty good depending on the option that you pick. What I would love to see is Nvidia finally breaking this 480. Do I think it's going to happen this week? Very possible. I think coming up to the earnings report, it will start going up and climbing up. I don't know if it will pass the 480s, but it might. And if it does, I think 500 is the next stop. For the bottom side, it's going to be 463s. No, probably this 457s. If we break this 457s, we'll see 454s. I would most likely play that 457s to 454s. If we can break the 454s, I would most likely not play it. The next one I would play would be the 440s. I would love to see it break 440s if it is going to the downside. And I would play it all the way to the 432s, 435s. That would be a huge move. That's about it for today for Nvidia. I hope everybody has a great week. If you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that like button. If you have any questions or anything that you think you can see more in these videos or that you would like to see or different stocks, let me know down in the comments below. And I'll see you throughout the week for the weekly updates on the trades that we took.